What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about Leviatán versus Talon and that group stage match. Now, Talon over time have been a team who have started to kind of like use a lot of like unique comps and agent compositions. I think this comes from like head coach Frost mainly. Um, on the past teams, he's always tried to, or at least it seems, kind of like get involved and like reinvent certain ways of like play or try things out that he's comfortable doing. This comp specifically, I really do like. I like the Omen mix-up. I really like Yor on this map. I think Neon is a pretty underrated pick on this map. And then having like your, really like reliable kind of like, I guess anchor agent is like your Viper. Leviathan are going to come out with a pretty standard composition here, which I think is fine. This is the comp they've been running the entire time. This is your quote-unquote god comp for this map. This is your default comp. This is your KO Sova Ascent comp on bind here. So the main thing that I wanted to pay attention here was how did Talon, or what I guess, what plan did they create to, use these agents, number one, and a game plan overall, number two, to kind of counter Leviathan and how they wanted to play. So, number one, thing on like the board here, like Aspas, can you shut him down? What can you do about him, right? Another thing that's probably just as impactful as him that a lot of people don't talk about too much is King. Okay, King is the best fragging IGL in the world, in my opinion. How are we going to shut him down, and how are we going to stop him from having confidence? Because if we could avoid this guy, right, that's just step one, right? When we're avoiding this guy, usually what we're going to be running into is this guy, right? So usually not every single time by any means, but they're split up in different parts of the map on attack and defense on what they're doing, and they're huge problems, right? So how are we going to see that from Talon? What are they going to do? Protocols, ideas, agent play, utility combos, who really knows? Let's take a look. So Leviathan operating in a 4-1 setup here. They're getting ready to do kind of like an angle out here where, they're just looking for a kill. It wasn't like an actual push. So Governor and Ban are going to use like a pretty good amount of utility here. So we end up using some of our, run, which doesn't actually matter, but the stun and the wolf are burned in this position. It looks like they're trying to cause a reaction, get someone to walk down hookah, get someone to walk down short, and now Cruz is going to be in a position where he can kind of like contest shower. He knows that he can contest shower based off the fact that Governor just saw 3 people here. This is your strong side. This is your weak side. He's going to run up and he's going to kind of like test the weak side. What's interesting about this buy is that not a lot of people are like enabled to like play fully here. So Governor, not an upgraded pistol, but armor. Ban, nothing but utility, and then Primme and Jitboy are not in positions to really like take fights. So an upgraded pistol player isn't really going to be taking a fight or working a part of the map. He's going to walk up here on the timing of his own one way. This is definitely another part of the strategy here. I know that it has something to do with that TP that you see there. Once he gets shut down, Town are like, oh shit, we're going to have to like equalize here. We're going to have to try something. So trying to pressure calm here and get him off this line is a good start. Governor instantly going for the right click. I really don't like instantly going for the right click. I like the lefts into a right to finish him off, okay? The reason you don't want to rely on the right click is because you're going like burst by burst. When you can left click, you have a way higher chance of like getting kills, specifically when someone like isn't barrel stuffing you like in that position like that, right? So Governor taking his time trying to get that kill would have been much better than him going for that right click. He ends up dumping all of his ammo. That sloppy gunfight gets him down to 15 HP. Now he's in a position where he can't actually help Primme. He can't actually help Ban when they're getting swung out here by Leviathan. So here's your kill from King. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier with this guy getting active, really just knocking him down. Just going to hit a nice shot here, a nice 180 on Aspas, which is, a good start. Shutting that guy down and not letting him have confidence kills like that is really big, but jumping out of this smoke, without being able to do anything is just pretty much impossible. So here I have a cool way to kind of like take showers and like extend. Mainly with the Omen, putting himself in a position here, even running up showers, using your paranoia on lines like pocket, lines like showers, anything like that can be really kind of like hard to deal with as a defender. So we're going to see Governor come out here with some supportive utility, looking for a first blood, looking for an entry kill. I think their idea here is, that Leviatán get the shower line, so they want to try to like stop them from, you know, developing that. So here we go. Stun flash gonna come in on contact. Cruz is ready to flash. Aspas in a really good position while King is blinded. Mazzino maintaining the line. Calm maintaining the line. And now in the 5v4, Talon again is going to have to kind of like equalize and take a dry fights and see if they can get back in the round. What's really good about Leviatán in this round is they took fights on their own terms. They never really like stooped down and gave Talon kills to get back in the round. They were taking the closer range fights. They were abusing the distance with the Outlaw and, you know, the Vandal. Even though that was like a little bit of a closer range fight, he was on top of the Shroud box, you know, trying to, you know, get ready to pick off the people who were coming up short here. Or at least that was like his intention, right? So, you know, a good job. We've talked about Leviatán before in the past where they had a pretty disappointing performance in Masters. So, especially a time like now, peaking is really important, right? Not having your highest form in the middle of the season, they have a chance to have their highest possible form at the end of the season. So even though a, you know, pretty sloppy fight there from Mazzino, it is close range and he's trying to contest the drop. The split's coming through on Calm here. He understands this. He backs up and dodges this utility, and he's going to take his time. I don't understand why Talon haven't gone, but they haven't. A couple pieces of util coming in here. Weak side players going first. Primme's trying to entry. He gets one. Aspas is on 4. And now, you know, pretty much the unthinkable. I don't know what happened here, but it was definitely just like a situation where I think he just got like a little nervous. He flashes clear spawn. Timing's a little unfortunate there where, you know, now he thinks that he's flanking. So he's going to fake a TP. He's going to grab the bomb. He's going to drop a new TP, and then he's going to tap and look for techs. And once the flash comes through, again, just like a little nervousness here where he just TPs away with 6 seconds left, and now he can't plant. He tries to run in. Never mind. Tries to grab the orb. He can't. And then he sits there with his, like, his knife out, you know, really like awkwardly. I feel bad for him. Really cool and excellent play call coming out here from Talon. The strategy was like really nice. So they're going to start in kind of like a long B control here, and they're going to end on getting the orb for Primme. So once they realize that this orb is contested, you know, they're going to use some utility here. They're going to back up because they, you know that Aspas is here and the rocket is here, right? They don't really want to contest that. I'm not sure if they know that he has an operator right now, but, you know, at least he has that rocket and nade. So slowly moving over. Governor is now going to use this Viper wall to actually get inserted into hookah, which is like really interesting. So instead of using that Viper wall short A every single round, they have like a hookah insertion wall where he can kind of like sit there and he can play for the rotates. So slowly working in a shower here. Primme's getting ready to get his ult orb. He's got to be patient in terms of the timing of the smoke here. He's going to flash. King's going to move. He's going to back up on timing here after the your roll is going to come through. So pretty confidently using utility there. He could have got out there by King, but he's going to run away here. They get a big count. So the count is the thing that they operate off of, guys. Okay, so they have 3 people here. He's calling out that there's 3. We want to pressure these guys a little bit more, so they call for help. And when people start moving off of B, that's when Governor can actually make his play. So this is where protocols come into play, right? We have the situation where Governor dies. What happens if Governor dies? Okay, we plant the bomb and we do our set post plant. What happens if Governor gets a kill or he gets a timing? We get to TP and go back to him. So really cool and good job from Talon manipulating the teleports and the rotations on this map. A lot of teams are way too scared to commit to stuff like this. They want to play the simple game. They want to play the game that isn't complicated. So Governor's going to slide out here on Calm, kill him. He gets past the molly. Mazzino's going to get one. Fall down there to Primme. It's a nice shot. Waiting for the bomb to get planted here. Trying to face together, ban a little too far forward. Governor actually didn't end up peeking. It pays off for him in terms of like the timing, but trades go Talon's way and they're on the board. Check out that Leviatán adjustment here in terms of how hard they start playing for the info, and they're like, you know what, we're letting them get too much space, we're letting them combo these ults, we're not doing it anymore, guys. Start face checking a little more, start being a little more confident in your gameplay. I'm sure that might be coming from someone like King, or maybe the coach even said it in the timeout, okay? So, again, Talon's slowing the game down, going back and forth, abusing the teleports, abusing the rotations, okay? The control is coming through time and time again. Mazzino is going to use util on good timing consistently in this round, where Calm is face checking a little harder in hookah. Right now he's playing with a shorty out.
It's going to be more of the same for them. A little bit of noise on B.
3-2 setup standard here. Again, waiting out util, just playing the bind game. Wolf is going to be used. Long control is going to be taken. They're going to grab the orb. On the timing of the reclear, they're going to break the wolf and back up. Okay, so perfect time here. Notice how the wall was just activated there. playing your fuel cycle is very important in terms of timing, not just using it, timing. So the moment that they're actually leaving the side of the map, they put the wall up to cut off that cover. They create indecision. Okay, they're trying to pull rotates. They're trying to make them ask for help. Mazzino still has a flash available here. He didn't dump his entire kit, and the clock is getting low. So this is going to be his problem solver flash, right? So he's using it there at 45 seconds. It clears long B. He knows it's not there anymore. He's going to leave Calm in a forward position, whose sound circle is something like this, right? You know, around that rough, you know, area. He can hear the market rotates. He can hear the long B speed up. Okay, he can make a play over here. And, you know, worst case scenario, they have to just do a retake with the Thrash online if they need to. Okay, I'm sure they're drilled on this. So now, with the wall going down, Mazzino seeing nothing, Calm is going to use that information. There's nothing long B. You know, okay, let me take a look over here. So he's jiggling it out. He sees that there's nothing. He's telling Mazzino to leave. 1v, what, like, insta-shorty walk flank, just unbelievable. On the timing and the speed up, Calm has you fully contained, and you have 4 people towards A. What's funny about this round is that Talon actually would have won if there wasn't a 4-person setup here. The trades kind of go their way outside of the fact of an extra player. Look at Calm's timing. Isn't really able to make a play because he has a shorty, but since there were so many people back site, they couldn't get past triple. Calm is slowly closing in, finally doing some damage there, and picks up a gun to kill him. Excellent play from Leviatán. Little bit of a mistiming here, but another highlight to show for Leviatán how they're going to abuse the info game and how they're going to play this map of bind. Long B control taken again by Talon. Flash on Mazzino coming in after the TP. No pings, instantly leaving. Calm forward position, getting ready to make a play on the speed up. 2 people in the bomb site, turns into 4 in a second. They're ready to help, they're ready to go. Aspas going for an ult here. It's Omen blind, does some damage, but isn't able to get a kill. King with 1, Tex with 1, Aspas with 1. It's all falling apart. Calm has you fully contained. You can't get away. You want to go into 4 people, or do you want to come back into me? Another great round from Leviatán. Flawless on a gun round against some of these like timings and like ults that are in play. Talon on their bonus here, consistently operating in 4-1 setups, actually going to get themselves into a 5v3 here. Talon with a huge first kill, sorry, Governor, huge first kill into Aspas there. Mazzino's going to have to make a decision here. He ends up jumping into the orb with a double face short. 5v3 here. King, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huge miss trades. Gets the molly on the bomb, backs up. Governor's trying to look for the kill. Is he going to have any time left? Huge round from King there. What we're talking about in terms of takeover potential, I can see every person on this team doing something like that at any given time in any scenario. Okay, we always talk about Aspas. I'm telling you, everybody else on this team has the option to do this at any moment. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3. Look at the patience. Look at the time. Isn't just freaking out and going for an insta-display, resetting occasionally, committing 1-by-1 kills, no reaction. It's light work for the kid.
Do you still have Shroud's control, which is about to be fought for, though the shot is missed, and now, well, Governor's under real trouble. How did he do that? Oh, Comma's just been absolutely destroyed. He's been made to look a fool.
Imagine if you're losing the map to this. Imagine if you're losing to the map to this. Temet movement guide, neon player. A 2v2 situation. Sloppy kind of post-plant combos here from Tex and King. I've tried to pause it the best that I could to just take a look at this. This was the map. This was the map right here. If Talon won this round, they would go up 10-8. Leviatán invested ults into this round. They would have to eco. Talon would go up 11-8, and then they would have a bunch of chances to close out the map. I mean, look at that timer, man. Look at that timer, man. I mean, I can't even see the other part of the bar. It looks totally full. King's able to get him off, put a molly on. It's going to be no time. Band's going to be on 8 HP. He's going to have to TP away. Unbelievable series of events there in this game. Talon are ready to close out this map. An insane kind of like 2K spam play coming out on B. This is all or nothing for Leviatán here. They're going to invest the Viper's Pit. King is on 1 HP, able to play on Molly from a position like this. Tex is going to watch the outside. 5v3 situation. 3 ults online. Everybody is pretty much full HP. They're operating on like the light armor here to make sure that they can buy for the remainder of the game. Okay. We're going to see the Yoru come out. And it's a weird decision on where they wanted to go and how they wanted to do with it. So the Trailblazers also comboed with the Yoru here. He's pinging him out, saying spam me, shoot me, shoot me. He's going to dump flashes here for whatever reason while they're just defusing the bomb. So Primme's able to get one. Com's going to spam two. King is going to get one on timing. And when Primme comes out, he'll kill Tex but get traded out. But in a 3v5 scenario, in a Viper's Pit, with other people missing, we're going to instantly defuse. This was a huge nervous moment for Talon, and I have no idea why or who called to do that. A huge mistake. This round's really cemented it for me. You could actually tell that, you know, Talon really shook by losing that 3v5, knowing that they should have won this game. And to be honest with you, multiple times. Even losing that 3v5, their crappy start to attack, it could have been an even better half for them. There's been a couple situations on defense where they could have done better on. But to get a gist of things, they're really just operating in like a 4-1 setup all the time. Okay, Governor or Primme are both on agents, so you can fast rotate almost instantly. And then they also have the option of, like, you know, potentially like using the teleporters if they need to. And if Cruz has a TP, he can use that as well. So the gambling, it finally didn't pay off. Okay, Leviatán are going to go to the bomb site that doesn't have the 4 at it. Speed up's going to come through here. Set util. Governor's going to get over here to try to contest the bomb plant. He's going to have to break the cabbages. Primme is separated. Governor's going to peel out. Aspas is going to move his rocket around, but he TPs as well. So 5v5 set retake is going to come out here. Wingman is not going to get killed by the Molly, unfortunately, which is really going to mess up their timing. And then just pay attention to the scaling here. I don't know who led this. I don't know if this was set, but this is really, really, really poorly played. The wall's going to go up here from Calm to give them some space. Just kind of like watch the timing of this event. I think at least that Jetboy is making this decision because he sees the wall go up. But I mean, look at the faces here. Okay, we have Crows holding, I guess, up here is his angle from heaven. Jit is solo in the bomb site. Have we made the decision that we're going to clear showers? Have we made the decision that we're going to avoid U-Haul? I can't actually fully tell. Okay, Ban is holding the flank. 2 people are going forward using a wall shower. The wall goes down. He gets caught out. 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. Ban left into a 1v5 here, just running and shooting, trying to, you know, get his, like, you know, champs moment on camera, I guess. And a huge momentum win for Leviatán. Alright, I know what you're thinking. You know, what the fuck is Talon smoking? Okay, I'm going to break this down for you. So first of all, before we can get into that, we see the Cypher Deadlock comp coming out here, right? Really hard stall, really annoying utility, really punishes the duelist going in a lot, specifically teams who are going to play on a faster pace rather than a slower. Got to be able to slow the game down if you're going to play up against this comp. I think this is a good idea to go up against Talon. They have a lot of younger players, a lot of people like, you know, Governor, Primme, and Jay who can kind of just like pop off at any moment. So having like abundant amount of utility to shut them down can be good. This is what's called the 9 lives comp, okay? And basically your goal with this is that Phoenix can res, KO can res, Sage can res, and Clove can res, right? So, you know, you have 5 players, you know, plus, you know, 4 reses. That's your 9 lives comp. I think the idea is there. The execution is just really hard to pull off. I did like some of the things that they were doing here, but we're going to kind of like see what the options they had and you know how it was. I think that this Talon matchup for Leviatán is really good. A team who can run these really like unique and weird comps to catch people like Aspas off and kind of like have him have quieter series, because you aren't doing what he scrims up against every day, right? You are doing different things. So Primme's going to use a wall here. He's not going to lock off the door or anything like that. He's going to pull a wall out in front here so they can actually get out with it. There's no spam. There's no like counter utility coming in from the A-bomb site that they can capitalize off of. Unfortunately, they're all going to get spammed. So triple get activated by the drone. For whatever reason, no one came out to actually get out in front of it. Triple scan. A lot of spam going through here. Com's going to die doing it, and they're going to get the bomb down here in a 5v4. Aspas, really good timing on the flank. No hard info sentinel. Someone's going to have to hold it. Ban's going to be the one to do it. I don't know why he's moving darting. I don't know why he's pushing to clear this. Excellent patience from Aspas. He's looking for the re-wrapper. So one falls. Okay, what's the setup right now? Primme going for a 1v1. Insane shot. There's that crouch abuse that he always does. Mazzino trying to use his net. Governor jumping through by himself. Jitboy gets spammed behind it. So a 5v4 turned 1v2, dropped, and Leviatán their first successful retake with the deadlock comp. I was pretty confused watching this post play here from Talon. I don't actually know what the objective is and like what the win condition is here. All of your utilities expended. The only thing they're actually going to end up getting here is a rechargeable recon dart and, you know, potentially like a knife. They do have the flash drive and the fragment online with the KO. I think that they have to leverage the fact that this is online and they need to take away the things that, okay, these guys can use, right? The Cypher ult potentially being used, right? When their recon and their shocks come up, right? If Aspas gets another dash, turn all that stuff off, make this way, way, way harder on them, okay? So Primme's on this wall angle, they know that he's here. A lot of people are going to swing this with a real hard intent to kill, knowing that your first contact. I like that he drops off and repositions. Calm is going to dart him. He's going to break it. I don't know why, but Ban is out in the open position. He's going to get spammed, and the KO ult doesn't come through, so the Cypher ult gets thrown. A flash is used for Primme to peek with. It's an insane shot onto Aspas, and I think the reason that he continues peeking here is because they think that he thinks that they're full blind. But at the end of the day, he just needs to reset the situation. The moment that he dies in this spot, the bomb site retake becomes extremely easy because they have nothing else to worry about, okay? So even if he lives and doesn't do any more damage for the rest of the round, his presence can be enough to screw Leviatán over, where they have to either run into the bomb site where he can flank them, or they have to push all the way in and actually kill him and get him out of that spot. So Cruz not using that ult is really the reason they lose the round here. I think this dart could have been a lot better from Governor, and again, just the decision making here is just kind of weird. Cruz sitting in the smoke the entire time doing nothing. Governor darting and, you know, trying to go for like a spam where it's just like unavailable to do so. So they weren't really forward enough. They kind of had 2 up, 2 back, and because of that, Leviatán are going to be able to get another retake on this map here, and it's going to start getting harder for Talon fast. Another another example of Talon kind of like breaking down here in the pressure and failing the fundamentals. They do a great job of slowing the game down, working a part of the map, and speeding up into a mid to B split here. They understand that Leviatán is a team that turtles just like everybody else. They just turtle up here. So they're getting into backside. Scaling utility is going to come through. Primme's going to get ready to wall. He's going to miss his wall, and he's going to hit his head, causing him to break a part of the ice. Ban, what's going on? Did something happen where you're stuck? Can you not move forward anymore? Why are you sitting there holding lane while they're running out, or sorry, holding stairs while they're running out lane? So again, we need a strong side and a weak side here. We have a 2-1-1 kind of like push where it's like these guys are going to run into a setup and die, and there's going to be no trade power from either of them. How are we not going in here with this last flash, right? How is Primme in a position where he's missing that wall and falling off of it? This is the chance to win the game right here. Tex 2 insane shots, but again, no trade. Ban wandering out in the open, dying. Governor whiffing the Sobol. Primme missing that ult, or that wall late to get out B main. Forced to save, and again, need to see the coordination, execution there from Talon if they want to be able to pull these games out. This isn't, you know, the APAC group stage or playoff anymore, right? You had your chance to make the mistakes. Now it's time to really tee up. After losing the piss around with a slight, you know, overcomplication at the end of the day, it wasn't bad by Talon by any means. They ended up just taking a fight in a position they had to. Some sort of protocol or some sort of tendency is being abused here, I think, where Talon are ready to 5-stack this B-bomb site. They, like, know what was coming with their prep on Leviatán here. So Governor's ready to break the dart. They're ready to play in the bomb site, create a big crossfire where people can play off each other. Primme playing out just to hold the flank here. Drone's going to come in. Net wall's going to go out. Blind's going to come in. Site smoke's going to be there. So they know about 2 in the bomb site right now. Counter dart is going to come through with some shocks. Once the group comes, we're going to peek. 3, 2, 1. We're peeking. In this time, classics in the range is abused. The spam keeps coming through. Kind of a pretty bad split there from Leviatán. The right clicks are really cheesing them. Those dinks are doing so much damage. Talon get a thrifty and are able to potentially actually come back and win this game now. So Governor, here's your first offense in the man advantage. Just kind of being like a little careless with your life here. Dart shock online, position kind of unknown. Other than that, you're vaguely around the B site. You got 15 seconds left, man. You need to buy as much time as you can, do as much damage as you can, as safely and realistically as possible. This is not like the angle for you. This is not the spot that you need to be playing in this setting. And when Blind comes in, a little bit of a crossfire break, he's going to get sat down. Leviatán going to get the bomb site and have a 3v3 post plant and have a shot at winning this round. After a mid-fight takes place, here we are again. Talon, man advantage, ready to go. They're going to create a strong side at A with 3 people, right? 2 on cat, 1 in the spawn. Primme's going to get into the B site here. Clock's getting a little low. Wall might break soon, and he has a slow online. Okay, Tex has been lurking all game. Com's going to make a shred of noise in B main here with a jet smoke in mid. Governor's rotating with his dart out. He's not ready to get into a fight or shoot. Primme revealed, dropping a slow, trying to buy time. Crossfire broken, has to back up. Perfect shock dart, forcing the swing. Aspas there to punish. So again, Governor letting them back into these rounds where I need to see the discipline from him. It's not acceptable. The people who actually didn't watch the entirety of this match won't believe what I'm about to say, even though the score lines weren't like overtime or anything in a 13-11 and a 13-8. Talon actually should have won today. They caught him off. These comps stumped them. They couldn't play the way that they wanted. Aspas not having an insane game. Okay, better on ASCENT if anything, but on Bind, kind of quiet until the end there. They had him right where they wanted them. They caught him off with the comp. They end up falling to their own mistakes, mismanaging the advantages, not being able to convert the amount of post plants that they want to here. And then the fragging department wasn't really like the best today. Governor has a really big pop-off map. I mean, I think he had 5-ish. Okay, he had 7 total multi-kills on Bind. Then he gets dropped down to the Sova where he only gets 1. I understand that Cruz and Ban might not be able to play it, but I think deciding that rifler is going to be really important for this team, like going forward. Will Ban be able to play the Phoenix on the maps where they're doing it, or can Governor pick up and do it and keep fragging? Because a game where you have someone going 20 and 17, okay, good in the first blood department, 7 multi-kills, okay, Ban did well as, he did good as well, but it's a complete kind of like tempo change where, now he's going from dueling to supporting, Ban is now going from supporting to dueling, and it didn't really play out well for them. This 9 lives comp, I think, is really good. A lot of the ideas they had were there. Unfortunately, it's just the failed execution of it. I've seen a lot of comments lately about compositions, single initiator, double initiator, where teams are running what. At the end of the day, when you're playing things that are out of the ordinary, that are a little more reliant on just like depth, the execution is really important. So it comes down kind of to results in practice. How consistently were we executing the things that we needed to do, using the utility, the protocols, right? How often were we able to convert these situations? If the results were, good enough, they're going to continue to run it in the matches, and that's what it seems like it was for Talon Esports. Again, they had him where they wanted him today. They caught him off. The timeouts really stumped them. Okay, the timeouts were huge momentum changes for Leviatán. Each time they took a timeout, they went on like a little bit of a win streak there, but Talon really have nothing to be upset about. I thought they played good today. If this was a different fragging day in terms of a few of these players, I think this match can go their way, or at least they get a map and force it to the third one here. So in the group stage of C here, Vitality falls early. This is going to be a pretty big and important elimination match. It's going to be very hard fought with 2 good teams. Leviatán's going to play Trace. We're going to see if Trace can continue to, be on their path of upsets here, right? They're going up against a really tough opponent, but I think they have what it takes to be able to upset them in terms of, the comps that they run and how good they are at actually being able to shoot. That's all I got for this one. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys follow along with me on Twitch. It'll be linked down in the description below, as long as all my other socials. If you want to get better at the game, join my Discord, check out the options I have for coaching, and let's get to work. Again, appreciate you tuning in. T-Dog out of here. Deuces.